Diver's going to be here tomorrow.
Oh, cool. So that's going to start up now?
Yep, apparently. Tomorrow's their planned startup date. So let's see if they show up.
Can't wait to see more videos.
Oh, have some. First thing they have to do is try to recover a few pieces of equipment they lost last season.
Oh, like
when the shit went down on the slide into the water.
That's right. Yeah, they lost something.
Yeah, the argon bottle or some other shit.
Oh, it ain't going nowhere.
No, but it's except into the mud.
I showed Jane the bumper sticker. She didn't find it very funny.
I thought it was hilarious myself.
I saw that. I said, oh, I got to get a couple of those. Oh, were you able to put the wrench together? I didn't have...
what wrench?
Your 1/4-inch drive socket.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh.
When did you give me that?
I gave it to the boss Friday.
He forgot to give it to me. That's all right, I'll get it during the week.
Yeah, it's all...
Yeah.
You see like a little ring.
I know how to do it. I've done it many times.
Yeah. I just don't have the pliers handy.
Not a big deal, manage it. And the old man, he forgets things, you know? He's under a lot of stress and pressure with the fucking town, all the bullshit going on.
How are they treating him?
Not very well. They're threatening to fine him by the day. Past a certain point, he had to get a new fucking lawyer. You know, and you know, I can understand it if we hadn't done anything. But it is so fucking empty up there right now, you know?
Well, what else they complain about? You're making like massive super progress.
Yeah, not fast enough for them, I guess.
You're over 500 cars, right?
638.
Yeah.
I'm actually working my way towards 700 fucking cars, which I'm not going to reach because I'm out of cars now. You know,
plus you got new fences. There's a lot of metal cleaned up. A lot of metal is gone.
Yeah, a lot?
Yeah.
I'm just finishing the 13th container full. The average weight of the containers is, what did David say today? 39,000 pounds, something like that. Each one, some a little heavier. We're somewhere between 2.5 and 3 million pounds of shit out of it. There's more to go, but not an insurmountable amount. This isn't like last April when I had 630 some odd cars yet to do, and trucks and containers and all kinds of other shit.
Isn't your lawyer or his lawyer fighting and saying, look,
his lawyers, and the one he had, the Mar, no, he wasn't that good. He missed a lot of shit, didn't point out stuff. He got another one now, who was apparently a shark. So we'll see. This one was recommended by a local judge on the sly. You know, it's not part of the case, but he's aware of what's going on.
Right. Good.
So we'll see if they'll work with him. And there's nothing I can do but just keep on cleaning up. DJ Trump.
Whose thing do you think that is?
Not Donald's, obviously. Probably somebody with a similar last name and is playing on it.
You got a picture of that.
I just did, actually.
There you go. Something you don't see every day. Do you think there's a relation? I wonder.
No. Driving a Dodge Caravan? I don't think so. There's a lot of... Trump is not that uncommon a name. There's other people named Trump. This guy probably happens to have the same last name. Maybe his first name's Dan or Donnie or whatever, you know.
That's pretty cool, though. So you think he'll get the New York primary on Tuesday?
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're all saying.
Yeah, he can.
Terry know who to vote for?
I doubt Terry even knows who the candidates are.
luckily I had a nice uneventful trip coming and going.
Good.
No people blowing out flats or falling asleep behind the wheel like last time.
There you go.
Had a nice thrill coming and going, and a deer running out in front of me. that was a big one too. Oh, I have an interesting job coming up in the fall.
There we going.
Supposedly somebody has jury duty down in, I don't know if it's in White Plains or in Brooklyn, but she lives down in Pelham. Pelham, you know, when you go down the Hutch.
Okay.
I don't know how that's going to work.
Federal court?
I don't know.
That's in Foley Square.
Yeah, that's all the way down. That's all the way at the bottom.
Manhattan,
yeah. So, but I'm thinking to myself, we're ride a damn train for that. But she said she wants to be driven. I'm like, well. So she said for me to come up with a price. So I got to find out if in fact she's got to go down to the city or if it's over in White Plains. I don't know. And if that's the case, it's going to be Monday through Friday. And she get when does that start? 8, 9 in the morning?
Beats me. Whenever they tell you it starts.
It's gonna be a booger if she wants me to take her down to the city every day.
Huh.
You know, coming and going. I don't know. I don't want to have to.
At peak traffic hours, no less.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I don't want to sit there and hit her for too much money, but
something like that, you hit her for too much money.
You know, you got to understand. If you got to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, I got to figure out when exactly.
You're leaving at 6:30.
At least,
or even 6.
At least 6. Yeah. You know, and you got to go down there, and then I got to go. I don't know. I got to even find me want to. If I can do that, I mean, that's going to be shit. That's going to be timely. I got $100 in a pastrami sandwich for going up to Massachusetts the day before I left. That's why I put it off. She called me up, can you take me? I said, well, yes, I can. So I can put that off a day. Because I was supposed to leave like Tuesday or something. She called me up like on Wednesday, and I'm like, I'm thinking, boy, you just got me. Just got me for that. Lady hasn't called me yet, so I'll let you in on that one. I'm thinking, geez, even if it's just 5 days, let alone if that goes on for 2 weeks or a month.
Yeah.
I mean, and I understand, train is a jackass, you know, because you got to get to the train station. Now you get the train. Now you get out of the train. Now you're down in Grand Central. Now what?
Yeah, subways and cabs.
Yeah, you know, yeah. So I can see it. So I got to get the where and the when. And, I'm going up to Albany. It looks like Wednesday or Thursday. Do you need anything from up there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, no pickups or drop-offs for parts or anything up there? Okay.
I don't think so. Don't know anybody up that way.
RV.
Class C Ford. A dog and everything. Oh wait, that's a Chevy actually. A little bit longer than my little one.
Remind me later, I'm going to show you something on the internet about campers.
Why? What about them?
So you know that thing out in California where all the Cadillacs are in the ground?
Yep.
They have something similar to that down in Tampa but it's Airstreams.
Huh.
And then the people who own it's right off the side of the highway. You drive it. Yeah, I think I knew right away what it's supposed to be, and they're all the same thing. About
that's kind of surprising considering how expensive Airstreams are.
It just remind me later to see if they got a picture of it, because it's very hard for me to get a picture of that without having to run by with the video camera. But I know where it's at. Oh my God! I went to an airplane museum. I got to wait 3 to 5 years for all the goodies. And they're gonna have. What's the first hangar going to be? The first hangar is going to be World War I on down. Anything that was, you know, right around 1920 to the first.
Mike?
Mm-hmm.
What's it want to know? You didn't tell him to run away?
No, yeah, I did.
Oh.
Oh, and he's letting me know where he's parked.
Oh.
Yeah, so anyway, the first hangar is going to be 1920 on down. Or around, or in that era, maybe some 1925, whatever. The next one will be your World War II, and then your Korea hangar will be going, they're not going any higher than that. So, of course, I'm looking across the street, and I'm like, what's over there? And they're restoring, they got everything. If it flew, they have it. Up to Korea.
Saber jets and whatnot.
Yep. You got a Panther, a Cougar, a B-29. I saw a B-24. A working a B-24, but they said they're not going to fly it no more because they found corrosion in the wing. So it's all prettied up and...
Wing falling off is a very bad thing. If it happens in the air.
That's why they don't want to fly it no more in the...
Where's their spirit of adventure?
But they said in 3 to 5 years, I almost got the personal tour, and the guy's like, and then they said, come back, talk to the actual owner, I guess, whatever. And he was like, well, you know, if I let you in, got to let her. I said, come on, nobody knows what this shit is. Come on, that's all right. I'll wait. Oh, I got a few pictures in here. I'll show you. So I was talking to a jet mech from the 50s, and what is that? A Panther? A Banshee. You ever hear of a Banshee?
Yes, I have.
So to check the fuel pump, because you have one on each side, just how you have to check it.
Take the wing off?
No.
No.
Turn the engine off on this side, you crawl in there, and then they fire up the engine on this side, and you go in manually. That's what the guy was telling me.
Oh my God.
And of course, he had 2 hearing aids.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And he said, ask me how my hearing was in 1963. And he said, you know, he said it's supposed to be a bell curve. He said there is no bell. And in my hearing, it's a straight line. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like the artillery guys and the guys on the ships with the big guns. No hearing protection. Bang away. Demolitions guys too.
Crawl up into, you're literally next to an engine.
Yeah.
A jet engine. They fire it up, and as he said, that's how they did business back then. I said, I believe it.
Yeah.
Oh man. He had a real good sense of humor, though.
Well, at least he got a story out of it, you know?
Yeah, he was actually very impressed with what he said. You're one of the few people that come in here and know what I'm talking about. I said, I like this stuff. That's why I almost got the tour. He said, we're not supposed to bring the public in there. And I said, I understand. Oh, 4 gondolas from blimps, but I didn't find out which ones. Again,
well, there are going to be Goodyear blimps because all of the big blimps were destroyed in accidents.
Yes, the Akron, the Shenandoah.
Yeah, they're all gone. So the only blimp gondolas you're going to see are going to be from observation blimps like the Navy used during World War II, Goodyear type blimps, little ones, not the.
Nothing significant.
No.
So the way it works is, you know, the boneyard out in
Yep.
Tucson.
Yep.
So you don't just call up and say, okay, I want a Sky Raider and a Hellcat and a, you know, it don't work like that. You have to go through the government, through actually either the Navy, if you want to, and you got to go through all this, even though you are a museum. This is he said this is one of the top guys that knows.
Yeah.
It's, you know, that's why he's got one everything.
They'll just hand out planes to anybody.
Right, right. And once they get turned over,
Although I don't know what the civilian owners do with their planes. They might be different with the airlines.
well, what I later found out was, like, remember we saw that Tomcat down in Wildwood, and they had to do a report every month on it. You have to do that with all jets. I didn't know that.
Huh.
So you have to turn in your homework every given update, unless it goes into a government-affiliated museum, which would be over here in Pensacola,
Yep.
Smithsonian,
Yep.
or, you know, one of them. But
Yeah.
Dayton, Ohio, then you don't have to turn in your homework every month. Then once you turn in, let's say a B-36, some shit goes in there, then it's in there to stay, and then they know it ain't gonna get out. So then, you know, B-24, then they have to turn in a homework report, a book report every month.
Basically, yeah.
So
Plane's still here. Here it is. There's a picture.
Yep. So then you don't have to. So that's what he has to do on each of these. And apparently he just got this because he's smiling.
Of course he is. He got your spot. He knows you're angling for that spot. Look what you're parking next to.
Yep, blue Honda.
Same damn thing.